Hi everyone! Oh my god, I hate when my voice does that. It goes so high and I promise I'm not that excited. But anyways, hello. It's been a while. We've been in quarantine for a very long time. I've gone like on a slope of ups and downs during quarantine. And now, I'm sitting back in front of the camera. So this was a video that I did not know people would be interested in or like even want to hear about. But last night I had posted on my Instagram story that I sat in on a Q&A with the producer and some of the cast members from the new Netflix show Indian Matchmaking, and so many people slid into my DMs asking about what it was like, who I got to talk to, like what the show's about. So I was like, okay, let me make a video. So I'm here. Basically, I follow this online publication called Brown Girl Magazine, and I'm sure by the name of it you can tell who it is catered towards. But they had posted an article about one of the girls on the show, and they had mentioned in the article that there was going to be a live like watch party where you got to talk to the producer about the show. I didn't know that there were going to be cast members. I thought it was just going to be the producer, but I was still interested. So I RSVP'd, I showed up. I was very uncomfortable putting my camera on because, like, imagine a Zoom call, 50 people you have literally never met in your life, and just like sitting there. Like, I was in my room eating my hot Cheetos and just watching. But I'm glad I did it because I felt a little more comfortable like towards the middle of it. And then I turned off my camera. But we were able to have this open conversation about what we thought about the show and like the critiques that we had, where it made us cringe, what we were happy about. And it was really cool because a lot of you, like my friends that are watching this, you guys have texted me about the show, like asking me what I think, and I tell you all the same thing, that like, yeah, it's a good show and it was super cool to watch somebody give arranged marriage a new meaning and a new perspective, because what it is now is not what it was 20 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, maybe even longer than that. So I was excited for that, but there was a lot of caste issues, colorism, elitism, and I was just very uncomfortable by it. And when we were speaking to the producer, she actually brought this up because people asked, like, how do you feel like these critiques? And what she said like made me realize it was a good thing that I felt uncomfortable, because these are things that we acknowledge are a problem in the community. But this show finally brought it to life, and it made people so uncomfortable that they needed to acknowledge it. And I was really happy with that because, like, yeah, my younger generation understands that this is a big thing, and like colorism, like we need to just disband it, even though that's like really hard to do. But we got our parents talking about it. Like anytime there was like a super uncomfortable comment, I would look at my mom and I'd be like, what do you think about that? Like there was a girl in, I believe it was like the last episode, she was like, yeah, he has to be the same caste as me. And I was like, what the? Like, I learned about the caste system when I was, what, 13? And I remember so many people asking me, oh, what caste are you part of? I have no idea. Like, that's just not something that we speak about in my family or in my house. And, you know, maybe somebody, my grandmother, knows about it or speaks about it. But that was never, like, instilled into my brain that you are this caste, you cannot go lower, you know? So I was like, Mom, what is that? You know, I'm pretty sure she was like from Miami. I wouldn't even be surprised. But that was the big thing, that we got to talk about that with the producer, and then the cast members started arriving, and it was so cool. So a lot of people tell me that their favorite character is Nadia, and I like her. She's super dope, super awesome. I think she is a like perfect embodiment of an Indian American. Like I feel like I could relate to her a lot, where I was just like not too Indian, not too American. She was like a good balance. The only difference between her and I is that she's Guyanese and I'm like Indian, but Guyanese people have Indian heritage. So that was like her main like topic throughout the show, was that she is Guyanese, but people don't acknowledge her as Indian because her forefathers came from India way before any of ours did. And I guess for my mom and I, we were able to understand because my mom grew up in Guyana, where she was born in India, raised in Guyana, left Guyana when she was like, what, 28, 29, so she spent like a good chunk of her life there. So that's why I didn't see a problem with Nadia. I don't know if anybody did. I haven't seen it. Like, I haven't seen any tweets or any comments about it, but she was so nice. And I don't have a video of it. I wish my mom had recorded it because she was sitting right next to me, but I literally fangirled so hard when they said, "Thanvi, you have a question," and I was like, wait, that's my name. Okay, it's my turn to speak. And basically I asked her how she felt being the person that started the where's my English? Being the person who started the dialogue for Guyanese people who they recognize themselves as Indians, but they don't feel accepted. And she was so humble about it. She was like, I didn't even think I was that person. I didn't realize that it was as big of an issue for other people as it was for me, and I'm glad that I was able to bring it to light. But like, now we're gonna move forward with it. She's not the end all be all. She was able to make it normal, or make the conversation normal. So that was really cool. The entire time I was like, what question can I ask, what question can I ask? And like every like character that we were going through, not character, but every like person, because they're real people that we went through, I was like, Demi, you need to come up with a better question. And my questions never got called until her, and I was like, okay, finally, I'm good enough. But also Aparna was there, so I know a lot of people think she's super controversial, and I also think she's very controversial, but I read a really good interview about her, or with her, you know, where she said, like, obviously what was shown on camera is not who she is 100%, and I get that because everybody knows in reality TV they try to make you something that you're not because they need the drama. But then there were moments on the show where I was like, that's not something you can make up. Or that's, even if that's something that you're saying that just to be dramatic or like inflate your actual persona, that's just not something nice. Like when they called the guy a loser, I don't know, if it doesn't work out with somebody, you don't call them a loser, you don't call them like anything mean, you're just like, okay, it didn't work out, you know? Or maybe that's the type of person that I am, but there were like little things like that. She is a very opinionated woman, but my mom was explaining that she is so much older than us that she has to be picky. Like, she just can't settle for anyone. And I get that because like at 21 I'm picky, you know, just not to that extent. But I will say, like, the India side of it, I hated it. I am so sorry. There was just so many things wrong with the whole India aspect of it that I'm happy that as like a grown woman that I don't have to live there. I'm not gonna marry anyone from there. Like, it was just so misogynistic and so like backwards, and like I literally felt like we were in the 1950s watching it. It got me so upset to tell a girl that she has to compromise and that she has to give up her business and move to another country with her husband if he needs to. Like, I'm sorry, what? Like, I'm literally getting agitated right now just thinking about it. But yeah, I think I liked it so much because I could relate to the whole American side of it, but the whole India side of it just made me want to punch myself in the face. But yeah, I'm very happy just like seeing that we're actually getting noticed, like seeing Indians getting noticed and seeing us in the news, and like it's something so accessible. Netflix. I saw a lot of people saying or like complaining that they can't relate to this. It's not representation because their life does not relate to this. They've never experienced the whole arranged marriage thing. And the producer on the Q&A, she said something just so like, it's not, I guess that's how I took it. You're not supposed to relate to it. Like, if you don't, it's not the end of the world. If you do, it's not like you're not a celebrity. just because there's 3 shows that represent Indian people in mainstream media right now, Never Have I Ever, Family Karma, and Indian Matchmaking, just because you don't relate to any of those does not mean that they're not real life. Because it's not fair to us to only have 3 shows in mainstream media and expect them to be about our lives. That's stupid. And it's disappointing, but that doesn't mean the show's bad just because you can't relate to it. But yeah, I feel like this was another video for me to rant about and share my I don't know if the camera heard that thunder, but I heard that thunder and that scared me. That was just my take. You guys asked me to like make a video about this and talk about it a little bit more. So that's what I did. I think I got a little too in-depth about, you know, how I felt. But who doesn't like to hear my feelings? You know, as if the world revolves around me. But yeah, thank you for watching. And I hope quarantine's treating you well. Peace out. Watch Indian Matchmaking if you haven't. And I will actually be making another video soon about my new job and school, and it's my last year, not even my last year, it's my last semester of college. So I'm very excited for that one, but that will be in a few weeks. So bye bye.